The Compassion Generator Meditation. This practice is about developing a kind and friendly attitude towards yourself. There are 2 stages. In the first part, we learn to approach our inner self as if we were a beloved friend, supportive and attentive, always ready to see our qualities rather than our faults. In the second stage, we work on kindly accepting our limitations. We all have some element of struggle or failure in our lives. The mindful approach is to bring compassion and forgiveness to such things. In this way, we can step back from judging and criticising and instead befriend our real selves. It's probably best to practice this particular meditation at a time when you feel fairly settled. We will be exploring inner attitudes towards the self, which for some may be a new experience and possibly quite challenging. The practice starts with a focus upon the heart, and if you are uncomfortable with this element, you might want to skip this practice. Also remember, it's okay to pace yourself. For example, you could start with just the first stage, practicing this over a number of days, before including the second part when you feel ready to do so. Settling into a comfortable, restful posture and inviting your eyes to gently close. It may be helpful to tilt your head down slightly, to soften your jaw, to encourage your shoulders to fall away from the neck. When you're ready, bringing mindful awareness to your experience in the present moment. Perhaps starting with the breath, having a sense of the in-breath and out-breath moving through the body. Noticing any physical sensations arising in your awareness with the breath. As best you can, allowing your experience to be exactly as it is. We do not need to struggle against what we observe in the practice. If you feel comfortable to do so, inviting your awareness towards the centre of your chest, where the heart resides within the torso. Seeing if you can connect to a sense of your own heart. Noticing any sensations present in this part of the body. Some people can feel their hearts beating, and others cannot. Being curious if you have any perception of this natural rhythm. The heart has a practical function to pump blood around our bodies, but it also has an emotional role. We could think of it as a receptor or generator of emotion, especially that of compassion. You may want to gently rest a hand over the centre of your chest, paying attention to any sensations that you notice. Perhaps imagining the heart opening and softening under your mindful attention. Maybe we get a sense that, as well as pumping blood, this organ could pump out kindness. As you connect to your heartfelt experience during this practice, perhaps pausing at times to notice any sensations, such as warmth or tingling, arising in the region of your heart, or indeed any other parts of the body. Sometimes we find it hard to feel the heart, no matter how hard we might try to connect to it. Remembering this is perfectly okay. There is no need to strive to create any particular experience. So if this is the case for you, simply acknowledge any lack of sensations, and as best you can, let this be how it is for now. When you are ready, widening your focus to have a sense of your whole body as it is in this moment. Taking a few moments to consider this being you are observing. Maybe including in your awareness a sense of your personality and the relationships in your life. Holding this image of yourself in mind. Perhaps imagining you are looking at a reflection of yourself in a mirror. Seeing yourself when you are at your best, well, happy, perhaps smiling back at you. Can you mentally reciprocate this friendliness? You might find it helpful to actually smile as you meditate, as if you really are greeting yourself in this moment. Reflecting on what being a good friend to yourself means to you. How might you show yourself support and kindness? Considering what you would like to hear from yourself right now. To help with this stage, we can bring a sense of well-wishing into the practice, in which we repeat supportive phrases. It's okay to pick your own, but some examples would include, may I be happy? May I be healthy? May I have good friendships? May I have support in my life? Choosing a phrase and repeating it to yourself. How does it feel to genuinely wish yourself well? To let yourself want good things and experiences for yourself. Try to send these well wishes to yourself with a sense of friendliness and kindness. Be generous in your support. You may want to repeat the phrases in time to the breath, or to gently touch the chest in the region of the heart again. Perhaps imagining the heart has a vast capacity to pump out care and support towards yourself. Noticing if the body seems receptive to this process or not. Sometimes when we are new to compassion practices, there may be some resistance to this. Perhaps we notice a sense of rigidity in the body or mind. If that is so, as best you can, remembering to stay gentle and allowing towards this, perhaps respecting it as a sign to pace yourself. Or it's possible that you may find the meditation to be quite emotional. And if so, see if you can just let any feelings flow through you, recognizing the value of this release, but not needing to become closed off or analytical in your reaction towards it. There's no right or wrong way to feel in this practice. Whatever you notice is perfectly okay. In the second stage of the meditation, we aim to bring compassion to any difficulty we notice. Again, you might like to imagine your own image again. What words or gestures do you need when you are struggling? A hug, a kind gesture, an empathic comment, or a warm smile. See if you can imagine giving these things to yourself freely. We can be curious about how it feels to receive kindness towards our difficulty. Coming back to the breath if we need to anchor ourselves back in the present moment. Just breathing in and out of what we are experiencing. Sometimes our compassion takes the form of self-forgiveness. It can be incredibly powerful to forgive ourselves for past regrets. As we let go of self-criticism and self-blame, we are developing self-acceptance, a form of unconditional kindness. Is there perhaps a sense of relief from knowing we are allowed this compassion, even for our mistakes? You may find it helpful to again repeat a phrase to yourself. As you develop compassion and forgiveness in this part of the meditation, you could try phrases like, I'm doing the best I can, every being makes mistakes, it's okay to feel like this, or I can be kind towards my limitations. Whatever phrase you use, try to bring an unconditional quality to your sentiment. This is about empathizing with our struggles rather than judging them. What does it feel like to be genuinely kind towards yourself, including any difficulties or limitations that may be around for you? And when you're ready, reconnecting with the breath again for a few moments. Noticing the body on the level of physical sensations, perhaps having a sense of your heart again. And gradually widening your attention, becoming aware of all parts of your experience in this moment, noticing your whole body and your posture, the surroundings you are in, any sounds arising. As we start to bring the practice to a close, taking a moment to thank yourself for undertaking this meditation, for choosing to befriend yourself with compassion.